Hello, and welcome to another episode of How I Met Mine. My name is Bisi Alimi, and we are still in Lagos, Nigeria. Now, you people, you will not say that my own too much because almost every week I bring my wives to this show. I have many of them. Yeah. But I also want to say a very special thank you to my caretaker husbands for doing such an amazing job in keeping my wives busy when I'm all around the world trying to... Because today I've got my wife in the house. You know what? Please put your hands together to the amazing Judith.
Thank you.
And I've got my caretaker husband here, the one, the only, the extraordinary filmmaker, Precious.
Hi, people.
How are you guys?
We're
It's a home for me. Thank you so much for joining me on How I Met Mine.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I always start this podcast by asking, how did you meet?
You want to go first?
No, I'd like you to go.
The reason why I asked her is because there's my version and there's her. So, my version is I was on TikTok and I was on a live stream and I'll just be my goofy self. And then this person came up to talk about their life story, how they were heartbroken, how they didn't know what to do. Please advise me. And I was tired because we had been on the live for like 2 hours advising people. I was single at the time, advising people in relationships. And at that point,
You're one of those people.
I was done. So when she came up and she was talking about, I don't know what to do, advise me. I was like, please, I'm tired of hearing about people's relationship problems. Can we just listen to music and dance?
Can you imagine bad belly?
I was angry at that point. I was like, see, let's just dance. Because, you know, when you're on TikTok Live, they gift you coins. And now she's talking about how she doesn't know what to do. You're taking away from my coins that I'm supposed to be making. So I'm like, please, can we leave relationship talk for another time and just vibe? And I didn't know she was beefing me. But then, you know, when you're on the live stream, they'll tell you, follow the people that are up. So I'd gone and I followed her.
Imagine.
No, now it was you are supposed to
Imagine.
follow people. So I'd followed her, right? And after the live stream, I was looking at the people I followed and I saw her page. So I went to look at her pictures and I think that she had like 3 posts on her page. One of them was just a picture. And I looked at her, I was like, oh, she has really beautiful eyes. So I commented and I said, oh, you have puppy eyes. And she was like, oh, thanks. I didn't know she was beefing me. So after then, I was getting ready to go to work, and I saw a post that she had made. She was in her car, and she was holding a bottle of beer, and she was like, oh, she's drinking to her broken heart, and all of that. I'm like, wait, is this not that same person that came up to talk about their relationship thing? So I went to her post, and I left a comment. I was like, are you okay? She didn't respond, so I went to her DM, I think, and I was like, "Are you okay? I just saw
Why
you
you take this
kill
matter?
you.
Why you take this matter for her?
Who won't kill her? They follow me. They ask you, are you okay? Are you okay? Wait, what happened?
TikTok is for aproko." So I went to her DM. I was like, "Are you okay?" And she was like, "No, she's not fine. Her and her ex, they broke up." I was like, give me gist. I said, see, I'm getting ready to go to work, but this is my number. You can call me.
You don't drop number.
Oh, I said, give me your number. I can't remember. Was it take my number? I can't remember.
Hey.
There was a number
Judy,
exchange.
you didn't rush, you.
No, but it was just for vibe. I wanted to gist. I like gist. So she called me and we spoke for 3 hours.
You were on your way to work.
Yes. We're still on the phone. I got to the office. I clocked in. I went to the security post and we're there. I was there on the phone with her for 3 hours. And she was just telling me everything that happened. And I was doing, shoulder to rely on. You can rest on shoulder. I'm here for you. So we became friends. And I would call her every day to talk to her, like, hope you're getting better and all of it. And it got to a point, she was doing back and forth, like, I still want to be with her, I don't want to be. I say, see, please, you're draining me emotionally. At this point, this gist now is tiring, I beg. Are you breaking up or you're not breaking up? So we stopped speaking to each other because I was tired. And then one day, I was at work, and I think she was calling me, but I was rejecting her calls because at that point, I was like, I'm tired. Only for me to raise my head, she was just standing by my table.
How do you know where you work?
Worry is really small.
Worry is small. And I think I'd already told her where I
lived in Worry
work.
for 9 years, so
But
when you say where you work, I know. Yeah, you
yeah,
say
so
I work at
I'd already
Johnston,
told her where I was
Johnston.
working at that time. So she just came to look for me at my office. And she was standing by my table.
Hey,
I was so shocked.
this matter is serious.
Oh, no, wait. I was calling her.
Yeah, and I wasn't taking her calls.
Yes, she wasn't picking my call, and I walked up to that table, and she was watching something on her phone.
So I could see that she was calling me, but I wasn't taking the calls. And then I looked up and I saw she was standing there. So for me, that was like a really big gesture, because I can't relate. If you're not talking to me, I'm not looking for you anywhere. Because it's like, the person is not talking to me, then bye. But the fact that she went out of her way to leave Lagos, come to Worry, and then she's looking for me. And she could see that I wasn't taking her calls because I was rejecting her calls. But she still came to my office. For me, I forgot everything like I was upset about. And I hugged her. I was like, oh.
Can I ask you a question? Wait.
Yeah.
I want to understand your story. Why are you upset?
Because at that point, it's like you're advising somebody that this situation that you're in is not good for you, and they're still there. And I don't have that emotional strength to deal with that. It's either you're listening to me or you're not. So bye. So that's why I was upset. So when she came to my office, it was such a big thing for me. So we went out and we had conversations, and she was like, oh, that she's trying to find her way out of it, and she really misses my friendship, so if we could still be friends. And that day I said to her, I was like, my friend thinks that there's something going on between us. And I'm trying to explain to my friend, because there's a girl I was talking to at that time. So I was trying to explain to the girl that we are just friends. There's nothing more. The girl is like, it's a lie. The way you are so invested in this girl and her situation, there's something more. So I was saying it to her, like, I was even saying to the girl, like, because I've never been with a stud before. I'm like, I don't see her that way. And she's like, no, say what you said. Say it with your mouth. And she's like, speak for yourself. Don't speak for me.
Yes, because I think what I do when I know that I don't want to have anything with someone is to put them in a box. So there's a sister box. There's a box that we cannot cross. So most times I'll be like, bro, sister, you're my fam. Once I call you that, no, say, nothing on earth can happen between us. So when she was like, oh, I don't see you that way, I had to like, oh, I see you that way, so that we don't have because if it enters my brain that I should not see you that way, then I will not move past it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, I see you
friends.
that way. So let me see you that way first. Until when I don't see you that way. So it was like, no, I see you that way. And she was like, oh, wow. I didn't think we could be sexually or romantically involved. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not ruling
Don't
that out.
speak for me.
Yes, don't speak
Yes,
for
when
me.
she
Keep
said
it
that
down.
to me, I called the girl. I was like, you were right. She likes me. The girl said, I said it. There's something going on. I'm like, no. For me, she's my friend. I never saw myself being with a masculine presenting person because of all the stereotype and all. So I didn't want that. And I'm a very dominant person. So for me, I felt like a stud wouldn't work with me because you would want to come with the whole I'm the man thing. And it wouldn't work for me. So we started talking. We saw ourselves talking more. So I think from the moment she said that to me, it also made me, something changed. I started seeing her differently. And also the way she's a very nice person naturally. And she would do things that for her, it's second nature. She doesn't think about it. But for me, I would sit and think like, this is new. This is nice. Like, when we would fight, like we're arguing about something, and for me, it's like I'm not speaking to you, and I'll be in my office and I'll get a delivery. probably from a conversation we're already having prior, she would still follow up with what she was supposed to do for me. And for me, I'll be like, why is she being nice? So I started seeing her in a different light and all.
She see, let me say my side of this story. Go.
Oh yeah, we want to hear your own now.
Good. Oh
yeah, let's hear your own
now
now.
it's on me. So yes, so we met on Kiki's live, Bandy Kiki.
Oh,
And-
okay.
And on that live, I think I was having a conversation about my relationship and how this person had left me and was trying to come back. And it was something I was battling with, like, what should I do at this point, and see how the relationship was, and I like this person, blah, blah, blah. She was so rude.
Yeah, well.
She was so rude.
Perspective.
Like, she just say, I beg, make we hear better thing. So, while I was on that live talking about my problems, it was really important, for me that somebody heard me out. And actually told me what to do, or like, at least let me even get public opinion on this thing. She just came in and say, I beg, let's hear word. All this, I'm tired of all this relationship talk. I beg, let's play music, Joe. Relationship here, relationship there. I beg, I'm tired. I'm like, with this one. Like,
I'll be
with this
hater.
one. Like, who do you think you are? I sure ignored because, well, you don't matter. I'm talking to Kiki, so I just finished my talk. And Kiki was like, no, let's hear her out. Let's talk. Then I saw that she followed me and said, waiting, what is this person looking for? You shall follow me after you don't rude for page.
For public, oh.
Do you understand?
Because
You're rude. So why are you following me? I was just like angry, I beg. And I posted a picture that, I'm like, what's the feature that's kind of, something like, what's the feature that
Your face.
attracts you on my face, or something ridiculous. And she now said, your eyes, you have really beautiful
Puppy
eyes. You
eyes.
have puppy eyes. I say,
She has puppy.
who be this again? Why is it you? All the people on the page that followed me, she was the one commenting the most. So I'm like, okay. So the day I now made that post of, I'm sad, I'm drinking my broken heart away, the way she rushed it, how far, what happened? I thought you people have settled. Because on the page, they were like, okay, give the girl a chance, do the relationship, see how it goes. But I'm like, the person said they are not dating me, but they are giving me a different vibe. They are dating me, they are traveling with me, they are staying in a hotel room with me, but they say, oh, we're not dating. So I'm like, how far? Should I tell them to go, or tell them, or, put in more effort? And everybody was like, put in more effort, do more. So I was doing more. And then she came and said, I thought people have resolved everything. I said, for
hear
her,
the gist.
we are fully now broken up. And really, she liked this. Now, broken up bring you on this relationship.
Yeah.
Now, Proko na you make you stay.
I swear, she and her friend will not go back, and she could go judge the matter. You remember that girl? That girl we saw that day. She did this, did that. That was how they were loud every day. In fact, their Proko, the thread, if I explain it in this podcast, go end. Because from knowing me, the friend was not connected to the girl that my ex was seeing. So
I was getting the gist.
she
from
was
both
getting the
ends.
gist from the friend and getting the gist from me.
And we're
Because
comparing
the
notes.
danger of single story. I like that. You have to get both
Of
perspectives.
course, because then she'll tell me things, and then I'll say to my friend will say, okay, hold on, let me find out the other side.
Jesus,
And
like
she'll
I did
speak
not
to the
know.
Girl, and then she'll come back to me to say, no.
When I
this
get
part-
time, oh.
Oh, well.
She
TikTok is
investigates.
fun.
She investigates.
I think in another life I was probably an FBI agent. Because I will get it. If you lie to me and I let it slide, it's just because I want to let it slide.
So if I say,
Not because you're smart.
yeah, if I say I went to the mall, if I went to the girl, she already knows. Because that girl don't first give am one or that gist. And then the girl's friend, my ex's friend, was friends with that her friend. My ex's, what did they call him? New girlfriend. Was he friend with that her friend? So even when
her ex
the
would
gist
come
was
home and say
plenty.
to her like, oh no, it's you now. I've left the other girl. I'll say, hold on. I'll ask my friend.
That
how
girl
far?
told me they went to the mall
You
yesterday.
say it's a lie. They just left the mall. And I'll call her to say she's lying to you. They left the mall now. I was doing investigative work.
You're very wicked.
Yeah. So that's how we started. We started becoming friends. Then she came to town to see me. And we had a conversation and we're like, okay, I think I like you. I think I like you. So for me, I'm like, I know you're still in a space where there's this person. You're still dealing with whatever emotions that you have. But I'm a very secure person. So I like you enough for both of us. So if you like me, that's fine. Because I like you. And whatever comes out of this is...
But considering that you're not, like, you don't really like studs, at what point did you feel like, oh, I really like her. I really would love to be our girlfriend.
Okay, so when we would have conversations, right? The kind of conversations we were having, she was really invested in me as a person. She wanted me to grow. She would always say, because then I was working at a place where I would always complain to her, like, I feel stagnant. I don't feel like I'm growing. I don't feel like there's more to come out of this, my work. And she would say, okay, you have free Wi-Fi. You're at the office. You have all this free time. Why don't you learn something? And she told me about Duolingo. Because then I would always say like a few words in Spanish. And she's like, you can brush up on your
Hablo
Spanish.
española?
Sí.
Yee!
So she would always tell me like, okay, do you know that this is a skill you can improve on and you can get an international job with? And she told me, download Duolingo now. And she would follow up with me every day to make sure that I did my
She's very
class.
intentional.
Yeah, she's a very intentional person. So she would follow up with me every day and ask me every day without fail, what did you learn today?
At this time, were you dating?
No,
You
we're
were not
just friends.
Oh, okay.
So she would send me link of things to say, apply for this. Check, I saw this and I thought of you and I think this would
Do you go around looking for things to send to her every day?
No, things come to me.
Oh, yeah.
Things come to me naturally.
She was
And
always...
I send to lots of my friends.
Okay.
Yeah, so for
I'm
me...
always bugging people. Somebody even told me yesterday, yeah, you're putting plenty pressure. I say, if you don't like the pressure, tell me. But do you want the pressure? She's like, yes, I like it. I say, then let's do this.
Yeah, so for me, it was something new because I've always been the giver in my relationships, my friendships. So this was something new for me. Somebody that was investing and not asking for anything in return. She was just happy with the fact that I was giving her my time. And that was new because with other people, I would give money, I would give my time, I would give advice. I was always the provider. So for her, she was providing for me mentally, emotionally, with her presence, and she was pushing me. She would say, you're always complaining about your work. Why don't you do something about it? Look, apply for jobs, check online. So she started sending me links. And then one day we're having a conversation, and she's like, I have this script. I would like to get your opinion on it. And I'm like, I've never worked on a script before. She was like, you don't know until you try. So she sent it to me. And I looked at the script and I could see things that I never thought I would see. And we started working on the script together. So for me, it's like, this person cares about me genuinely. And then one day I was at work. She said, send me your account number. I was like, why? She was like, oh, she just got paid one money that somebody was owing her.
You never asked for my account number before.
And she was like, oh, she just got this money. And she thought to share with me.
You are not dating at this time?
No, we're just friends. And she sent it to me. And she will stay and say, oh, I sent you lunch money. I'm like, are you serious? So from there, I started seeing her like, okay. And also, aside from the fact that she dresses the way she does, she has this really feminine side to her that I like. So I'm like, okay, she's not really a stud per se.
No, I'm not
and she does not behave like the studs that I see. She has a really soft side to her. But when you see her outside,
Yeah.
you wouldn't know. So it's like she's showing me that side of her that is really vulnerable. And she was really vulnerable with me. She will tell me things that for me is like, now me, I know talk this thing. But she was really open about her feelings. She would communicate about how she was feeling and how she was confused about things. So that, for me, started making, especially with the checking in every day to say, did you do your class today? What score did you get today? Let me see. Sometimes I wouldn't do, I'll say, oh, I did it. She'll say, let me see. And then when I'm like, I didn't do, she'll say, I know. But don't worry, tomorrow you'll be better. Don't stop. So for me, that investment, that intentionality made me to, without even realizing it. Because later when we started having conversations and people were telling me things that I was doing at that time for her, I didn't even realize that at that time I was already having feelings for her. People were telling me and I was denying it. But they were like, the way you are going beyond and the things that you are doing for her, it shows that you too, you had feelings. So I was like, I didn't even realize.
Yeah,
but
you had a lot of feelings from the first.
Presh, let's because okay, your answer to my question would possibly be, oh, I do that for everybody, but what's special about her that like make you really felt like, you know what, I need to take this a notch?
So the thing is, she was very real. I mean, looking at how we met, some people would. She didn't apologize. She didn't say anything. She was like, I was tired of hearing this every day online. And I feel like people should begin to know when people don't like them and move away from that, because somebody does not like you, but you are finding ways around it.
Yeah.
Why are you still finding ways around it? You get, and it's something that I'm like, oh wow, harsh, but well, true. Because then I was a mess and I really needed somebody who would not pamper me, who would not, she did not pamper me at all. She would tell me as it is and say, oh, this happened, so why are you thinking it that way? This is what it is, and you are making excuses. You should not be making excuses. You should be able to stand for yourself. She was like a teacher. And I'm like, okay, I will try. Tomorrow I'll still not try, Sha. And she will be like, you need to do better for yourself. Do you not like yourself, enough to stand up for yourself? And for me, that made me feel like, this is somebody that I need in my life. But beyond that, I found out that we had a lot of things in common.
yeah.
Like, we had a lot of things in common. Like, almost every experience I've had, she has had it.
Yeah.
Almost everything I've gone through, she has gone through some of it. And then, so what were my values? Because now I wanted to go into a new relationship. And I'm like, if I don't stand for anything, that means anything goes.
Yeah.
So we began to have conversation. We were friends for a long time. And we looked at all the angles. Every single thing, like, can you be friends with your ex? Yes. Can you do this? Because at the time, my ex was living in the same apartment with me. And people were like, how are you talking to that girl?
People thought I was crazy.
We get wife for us. Because I've been with this other person for over 5 years. So you are coming in and it's like...
And did you not feel threatened with the idea that she's still living with her ex?
No, for two reasons. One, I know myself. And I have really strict boundaries. And if you cross my boundary, I'm done. I don't look back. So from the conversations that we were having, she made me understand that there was nothing there. So for me, now it's us. And I'm taking you at your word. So you've said to me that it's me and you. So for me, the other person was inconsequential. It felt like, oh, what if you already had like a flatmate? Would I say move your flatmate out? And I'm not a jealous person. I don't get jealous. So, and we talk all the time. And I don't know why. I don't sit down to think about things like that. Is this person lying to me? Because I know that if you do lie, I would know. And from the conversations we were already having, she's at that time, she seemed like a really trustworthy person. She says, sometimes for me, it's like inner thoughts should stay in your inner self. She says everything. The way she's thinking about it, the way it just comes to her head, the way she said it to somebody. Sometimes I have to touch her to say, babes, inner thoughts. You are saying out your inner thoughts. We don't need to know this. So for me, she's a very straightforward person. If she does something, like let's say for example, they go and they have a conversation, she comes and she tells me. I don't need to pry. I don't need to be sneaky about finding out information. So I'm not bothered. Like now, she goes out without me on the rare occasion that she agrees to go without me, and she meets people and they have conversations. I'm not bothered. Because in your head, you have told her she's coming home. On the way to the house, she has already called me to say, hey, to see what happened today. So I don't have to go out of my way to get information. So at that time, I didn't feel threatened at all because it's your past. You have already said to me that you are done with that. And I take people at face value. It's what you say to me is what I take. Because if you lie, for me, I'm done. So I wasn't threatened.
When you were telling me about how you met, you said something. I want to come back to that thing, Precious.
Okay.
Were you living in Warri when you went to our office?
No, I lived in Lagos.
Wait. So, you were calling her. She was not picking your call.
Yeah. So, I went to Port Harcourt.
Oh, please, I want to understand that story because I think something is...
Yes.
Did you enter moto to...
So I
Warri,
went to
yes.
either Port Harcourt or Calabar. I don't know. I went somewhere.
Uh-huh.
But I had...
Bayelsa.
So I went to Calabar. I was shooting in Calabar,
Yeah.
Bayelsa. Then I'm like, if I don't reach Bayelsa, I'm very close to Delta State. They've already paid my flight, but no problem.
How many hours drive?
It's maybe like 2 hours, 2 hours plus. Let's say
You enter road.
Yeah.
Because somebody was not
And I
picking your
lost here.
call.
She
Yes,
left.
it
She
was
left her
far.
flight.
Yes, and I left my flight. I was supposed to go back to Port Harcourt and fly.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, let me go to Warri and just see this person. So when I got to Warri, like, I'm calling, she's not picking. So I just walked in.
Okay, so it wasn't the calling that made you go to Warri. You were in Warri to see her, but you wanted to let her
we've not
know.
spoken for like a
We're
week.
not
or
spoken
more.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, so it had become like, I think the only way will be to physically go there because I have tried to reach out to her and she's not talking to me. So I'm like, okay.
Considering this amount of love, hey, this energy that you felt inside of you, how long did it take you to ask her out to be your girlfriend? I'm guessing you did the asking. I don't think Judy looks at somebody that's going to ask you that question.
So it's very funny.
Very funny.
She would always say weird things. I wish I had our chats. And she'll say, after a while, when we've established that we liked each other, right? And then she did lots of grand gestures. In fact, I don't know. One of the times I went to Warri, I had a meeting. I took only one clothes. And I got to Warri, and the first day she came to see me, I'm wearing the clothes. I went for my thing. The next day, I'm wearing the inner wear. In the evening, I'm tying the shirt on my waist. It's like, you be like, say this person no get.
He said she don't become homeless.
That's what I said.
So she said she felt like, so she bought me plenty t-shirts.
Because for me, it felt like she didn't have clothes.
And perfume.
I thought she didn't have clothes. Because she came to town. She was supposed to stay 2 nights. But because of me, she extended her stay and she was there for like 5 days. And she was repeating the same shirt. The t-shirt, she'll wear it in the morning. And
I
when
used
we
to
see in
wash
the
it.
evening, she'll tie the shirt. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, oh, maybe she's like poor.
I think t-shirt for my evening.
No,
then there's a jean and shirt.
Yeah, so she had one
if I wear
jean.
one, I'm not washing the jean for
She
real,
came
but I'm
with a
washing the
backpack,
shirt.
right? So in her backpack, she had one jean, one white t-shirt, and one striped colored shirt.
See?
So her plan was to go for her meeting with the shirt and the jean, and then leave the next day with her shorts and that t-shirt. So, but now she extended her stay. So the next day, we went out in the evening, and she was wearing the white t-shirt and the shorts. I was like, oh, yeah. And the next morning, we're supposed to go for breakfast, I think. Yeah. She came out wearing that same t-shirt and the shorts. And that's like a big ick for me.
What am I going to wear?
When you repeat clothes, like the one you wore, it's like, for me. And then she came out wearing that same clothes. I was like, Okay. We saw in the evening, she was wearing the shirt and the jean. In my head, I'm like, maybe she's poor. Like, so I thought she was a poor, struggling girl. And she didn't have clothes. And I'm like, oh, but she seems like a nice person. So it didn't really matter to me because I had a job. So for me, it's like, well, it's fine. So when she said she was coming again, I'm like, hell no, that's not going to repeat itself. I'm not going to be seen with you wearing the same thing. So I went and I bought her t-shirts and I bought her jean and perfume. So I just bought things like, okay, now you're coming. There's no excuse now. You can wear the clothes that I'm buying you. So when she came, I didn't know how to give them to her because I didn't want her to feel, because in my head again, she's this poor girl. So I didn't want her to feel like I was looking down on her or something. So I said, I have this tradition for when you come to my house for the first time, you don't leave without a gift from me. She was like, oh, really? I said, yes. So I first brought soap. Then I brought the perfume.
Soap roll, like 6 of cocoa butter,
Palmer soap.
and then the cream.
Yes,
and
I gave her
this
the
and that,
cream,
like-
the perfume.
You really went to town.
Yeah, because for me, it's like, she's a nice person, she's trying.
And she's poor.
And she's poor. I don't know why that is in my
No,
head.
let's forget that part.
Yeah, so for me, it's like, she's just a poor girl, struggling. So I felt like, oh, maybe that's why her ex is even wanting to leave her. Because she's poor, right?
Oh, did you even believe I owned the house we're living in?
No. So
Because
for
she
me,
did not even think that was my
because
house.
how do you have a house? You have a car, right? And you're telling me about all the things you were doing for your ex, and then you came to town and you're wearing one t-shirt
t-shirt.
and one shirt. In my head, I'm like, well, I already like you, but you're a poor girl. Maybe you're just trying to cover up, you know, how people would lie and try to present themselves in a way that they are not. So in my mind, I'm like, me too, I'm a hustling girl. Oh. Why is she trying to up herself? But I was like, well, no problem. So I bought the things, and I didn't want her to feel bad. So I was giving her small. I first brought soap. So I saw her reaction to the soap. I was like, oh, I have this perfume that I don't want. Can I give it to you? And she was like, yeah. So I gave her the perfume. And then I'm like, I can see you like t-shirts. I like t-shirts too. So I gave her...
Should I know you don't wear the same size?
Well, it's like, oh, I ordered them and they were not my size, so you can have them. So she was like, oh, thank you, and I gave them to her. Because in my head, it's like, oh.
So you see that, you know, a lot of things were happening. She was gifting me. In fact, one of the days when I started, I went for therapy because my head was all over the place. And I'm like, oh, I'm going into therapy. I'm having therapy this week. And then I had also, my period had just come out. And she's like, oh, give me your daughter's number. I'm like, me, I don't overthink things. Give me your daughter's number. Take number. Because me, I don't have time to be asking you, why do you want my daughter's number? So I got back from therapy that day, and there were things on my bed. Wine, chocolate,
Cards.
everything, I liked. And I'm like, what's this? Where did you get this from? She was like, oh, that someone called her and told her to go to the mall and get me the things that I like. Pringles, different, like there were lots of things.
She was on her period.
So I get what you mean now, Precious, when you said that you kind of like, you know, complement each other, because it's something, those grand gestures, things that you would do, like getting paid and calling her and giving her money, and this is beautiful.
So and then she would start saying things like, oh, she'll send me videos or posts of people who are in love. A lot on TikTok, a lot. Something that had to do with living together, being married and everything. I'm like,
She's sending you signs.
I swear.
But I didn't even know.
You kept sending me, there are many I have.
I thought I was just being...
I get evidence.
nice.
I get evidence. And something happened, right? We then broke up because we started this relationship somewhere around like the beginning of the year.
Like what year? What year are we talking about?
2022.
Okay.
So 2023 beginning, we now said, you know what? Let's even go into a relationship. So we started doing a little bit of relationship. We traveled for Valentine's Day. I mean, I think that year by this time we were on a flight coming back from Abuja. So we did all of that. But somewhere around March, right? I think she got so mad because I gave my ex my car. It was her birthday. She needed to go out. And so I gave her the car. And I didn't tell her that. But that was because I was going out. I was in a hurry. And I'm like, I get gist for you. I'll tell you when I get back. Oh, but so when someone was leaving, I'm like, wait, let me join you. I beg. And she's like, why are you joining somebody? Where's your car? I said, oh, I gave this person my car. She's like, what? So now you are hopping, like you are looking for who to join. At night, because she does not really like me, like it's night, so be safe.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'll tell you when I get home, because people were there. It was a queer hangout. Somebody was driving me. I didn't want to put my dirty linen out there. And she was like, you know what? Don't even bother. I'm not going to do that with you, right? And so we had a big fight. And after that, we tried to like reconcile, but it wasn't working. But that was also because my ex was now really pushing, like, make a choice. It's either me or her. I'm here, I want to stay. And me too, my brain is like, okay, what do you want? How many years? No years? You know, what is it going to be? So she noticed, and she's like, you know what? Take your time. Go. If you want to be with her, be with her. If you want to be with me, and I'm available by the time you are done taking your time, then you can be with me. But for now, I can't do this. Because it was a lot of sometimes you call me and I won't pick my call. Sometimes you call me and I'll be like, oh, she's here, so I can't talk. And it's like, she's here, you can't talk as how now. So please, if that's what you people want to do, go and do it. And so we broke up for between March and somewhere around June. And so by June, I started talking to her again. I messaged her, see, I'm having this issue with the kids, of course, because she had already merged with my kids in the way that she would talk to them and say, why did you do that? Why didn't you talk to mom? Why did this happen? And it was easier for me to parent them with her in the picture because she would always call. And for some reason, they tell her things that they will not tell me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, this is happening. Oh, you better call your people and find out what this is about. So she did. And then she got back to me. And then, we now started talking again because of that. And then my ex then finally moved out. And I'm like, okay, she has moved. She was so shocked. Like, what? I said, no, the story is plenty. You need to hear this. And we had all the conversation. And she said, you know what? I'm really tired of being in worry. At this point, we had gone back to being friends.
Yeah.
Wait, we're going to explore that. I don't think that my audience will forgive me if I don't pick up some sound bites you're dropping, Precious.
Oh, God.
Kids. Are these your biological children?
Yes, they are.
So you've been married or you've had kids?
I've been married, I've had kids.
So let's explore that. Because there are some pictures of you that I've seen. You were doing some like throwback.
Oh, yes, that was my traditional marriage picture. Did you see how I was small?
Yeah.
I was 19.
You got married at 19.
Yeah.
I think we want to hear that story. Were you at that point sure or aware of your sexuality?
Yes, I was. I had a girlfriend who was my chief bridesmaid.
So,
I had a girlfriend at 17 who was my chief bridesmaid.
So let's talk about that. Let's talk about you knowing who you are, but then getting into heterosexual relationship and having kids and.
So the thing with that time was where I grew up in Port Harcourt, River State. It was a norm, so to say. Girls had girlfriends and had boyfriends. It wasn't such a big deal.
Yeah, still
like
not a big
people
deal.
toast you on the road. Like girls write you letters. Girls see you. Small children, people who are like in GS3 will say, I like you, blah, blah, blah. And for me, I'm like, I know they follow who they secondary school. What's wrong with you people? So eventually, when I started to date, the person was like, 6 years older than me. Though we were in the university, I was in year 1 at 16. She didn't get into school early, but she was older, but still smaller than me. Like, she's very skinny. So it was something that was a norm.
So your marriage to the man wasn't like a pressure to conform or something?
Frankly, I didn't know anything else. So I couldn't say I'm conforming.
Okay. There's an expectation.
Yeah, this is just, there's one road. That's the road.
Yeah.
There's no other alternative. There was no, you can be with a woman. There was no, you can marry a woman. There was nothing like that. That option did not exist. There was one option. You grow up, you marry a man, you live your life. Yeah. So for people like me, it was, you grow up, you have a girlfriend, you still marry a man, and you live your life. You have your girlfriend and you have your man, and that's fine.
So you were married for how long?
13 years.
Wow.
Yes. I was married for 13 years.
With kids. And at what point in that marriage did you feel like, because I'm guessing that you're not together anymore.
No way.
So at what point in that marriage did you feel like, oh, wait a minute, there is something about me that I need to focus on. There's something about me I need to appreciate, I need to accept.
So for me, right, that marriage had a lot of downs, or a lot of, let me say, ups and downs. But again, we got married in 2004, but by 2006 we were living separately. So
that was 2 years into.
Yes,
yeah.
So they went to live in another state, and I was staying in another state. So what was natural to me was to be with a woman, right? And it's not something that nobody will say, oh, you are cheating in that time, because you're with a woman. And he knew that, okay, well, you date with this person and that's fine. He didn't have a problem with that, to be frank. So it worked for me. The fact that he didn't have a problem with it, and no, it was a non-issue. I just existed. I just lived. I think the issues that made me like say, you know what, I need to focus on this was, you know, when the marriage was really difficult, and I tried to be with this person, but it didn't work. And when it didn't work, I'm like, I don't want to be with a man anymore, because now I know better. Now I know more. Now I've seen that there's no one road. There's another option. So I'm like, this option exists. So why was I focusing on this option? So I'm going to go this way. So I quickly said, you know what? There's nothing about a man that I want.
And how did you have that conversation with your kids, right? About the conversation about, you know, I'm not going to be with your dad anymore, but I'm going to have a girlfriend. And what was that reaction like?
Oh, we didn't have that conversation at all.
Oh, really?
Yes, so we already had a difficult familyhood. Let me put it that way. And so I left because of abuse. I left because there was a lot of abuse. And at that point, it was, my daughter was growing up, and I saw that the abuse was trickling down to her. And also affecting her very negatively in school and in, you know, life generally. So I think whatever happened to me was because I looked at my child crying in the middle of the night. From her sleep, she's crying. Like, she got into secondary school and they're already bringing counselor to counsel her. They're already calling me to say, oh, she needs counseling, oh, this, oh, that. I'm like, you know what? You put this girl in this position, because every day she has to see this. She has to go through this. So the first decision I made was to be free from that and to free my child. So I left. Now, having left, I was now able to focus on growing myself, developing myself, and then, you know, being with a woman fully. Because now I don't want to consider the other side at all. So I focused on that, and mostly because of my child. And so when I got into that relationship, my daughter knew. Like, she could, we're really close. So she'll be like, so one day she wrote me a letter. She wrote and she said, I know that you people are together, but this person is very abusive. And I have the letter. It was crazy. She was still in secondary school. Now she's in final year of law. But to tell you, she was so small. She was like, I thought that after this fight that day, that you would not let this person be with you anymore, but you are still here, and it's so painful to me. I don't like what I'm seeing, blah, 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 blah. So she wrote the letter on her phone, hid it somewhere, and my ex saw the letter. Somehow saw the letter on the note that she made, and I'm like, okay, so the child knows. The child not only knows, the child sees more than, I think that they see. So that also was something that also helped liberate me generally in life, because for me, when I'm in a relationship, initially I was really struggling because I wanted this relationship to work. But then it took me sitting down to say, see how your child feels. Again, this is what you were taking her from, and we're back here. But because it's a woman, you don't want to see it.
Yeah.
You don't want to pay attention to it. You are still struggling. You want to push because, oh, this is a woman. So, and this is something that you like. So I looked at it and I said, for me going into another relationship, if you and my child, you don't have a relationship, it's unfortunate, but I don't think I would move forward with you. And one of the things, they're besties, they always talk. Like, she will call and say, his mom, they take the phone and go to the room. And so she will say, okay, I've taken the phone. She sit there and say, babe, go to the room. I don't want to hear. I no one hear. They are talking things that I don't want to hear.
She calls me to give me the gist.
I met one man, una go talk. They will be talking for 2 hours. All the stories. I like that she gets to do that, and they have that.
Yeah, because I was going to ask that, how does, you've never been married, how does that now suddenly make you feel like you're not a mother, right?
Yeah.
And this young person is entrusting you with their lives and with their decisions and with their everything. And this is not something that you were looking for, right? How does that make you feel?
Knowing that now I have kids.
Yeah.
Okay, it's, when you never knew like this was something that you needed, and then you get it. And I think that was something I was really worried about, because she would tell me stories about like this letter and how her ex and her daughter would fight, and how the daughter was so scared of the girl. So for me, I went into the relationship having all that information and knowing that I needed to be different. I needed to be better. So I wanted, and how they didn't have a relationship because of how they would fight. So for me, I wanted a relationship with the girl that had nothing to do with her. So I think I went out of my way to create my own relationship with her child. It started with the whole help me do a surprise for mom, and then it was January when it was mom's remembrance, and I called her again and we had a conversation to say, okay, what do we do for mom now? She's grieving and she's remembering her mother. So we planned a surprise for her again to say, oh, let's take her to the spa for her to just go and chill. And from then on, I called her and I said, would you be okay with me calling to check in on you? And she was like, yeah, that she doesn't mind. So I would make sure that every week I would call her to check in. How is school? Do you need anything? And even when it got to the point where we broke up, I would still, one day she called me and she was like, oh, she's trying to reach mom. That, have I spoken to her today? I was like, no. And she's like, what is wrong? There's something going on between the two of you. And I was like, oh, I thought mom would have told you, but we're no longer together. But know that it does not affect us. You can still call me. I will still call you. She was like, oh, no wonder that when she would call mom doesn't talk about me. And when she would call me, I don't talk about mom. I was like, because it shouldn't concern you. Whatever is going on, we will sort it out. Even if we don't sort it out, you still have me. So she was like, okay. So she would still call me. And no, I noticed that she stopped calling me because she probably thought, oh, business as usual. And I called her and I was like, I haven't heard from you. She was like, oh, nothing. And I'm like, how is school? And I still did my normal follow-up. And I sent her money, because then I'd always send her money every week to say, oh, okay, buy lunch, buy this, you want to pay for your boat. And I think that's why she still calls me for money.
Oh, they stopped calling me for money.
They don't call her, they call me. And
It
then,
was so sweet.
and then that time that she said she had to speak to me because what was going on. So when she called me and I called her son, and I was shouting, I'm like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, even if you couldn't call your mother, why didn't you call me? It was like, oh, that he was scared to call me, because of the two of them, they are more scared to talk to me than her, because they know that I can be playful, but I'm really strict. Yeah. So I was very intentional with creating my relationship with the kids, because they are an extension of her. So if you are going to go into a relationship with a person with kids, you have to be really intentional, because if you hurt the mother, it trickles down to the children. There's no way you look at it. Like when we moved in together, when we first moved in together and we would argue, I could see her child get really defensive. Like she's always on her side, like, no, don't speak to her like that. What's going on? She was ready to fight, right? But now, when there's something going on, she's always calling me to say, I know she's looking for your trouble. Don't answer her. So now, when we call to say something is going on, be it we're joking or we're serious, she sees now that, okay, now she listens with an open mind. Now she would call her to say what's going on. Then she would call me. When I judge, she'll say, you know her now. Don't answer her. Don't worry. So, because she could see that I took my time to build my friendship with her, and I showed her, like one day we had a conversation and I say, forget my age, see me as somebody that we're equal right now. I would speak to you with respect because I want you to also respect me. So I would not respect you just because you're her child. I'm respecting you because you're a human being. And I also want you to see me and treat me that way. So we have a really good friendship that I was intentional about building.
Talking about intentional. So I want to ask you to be very intentional by listening to this podcast and sharing this podcast with people that you love. And also, you can be more intentional and follow us on YouTube at Vengeance Productions or on Spotify at How I Met Mine. And if you want to be more intentional, you can follow us on IG at HIMMY_podcast. I'm still talking about intentional, right? You can also follow me on IG at Bisi Alimi. And if you want to be more intentional, please follow my guests on their social media platform and share some love, share this podcast, because you never know. This might help someone who is going through a lot and questioning a lot about their life in the scheme of love. And talking about love, Judy, I saw something on your finger. Are you guys engaged?
Yes, we are.
Okay. So, I miss you. I love Aproko. So how, when, who proposed? How was it? Because I think I saw the video online, and I remember I woke up in the morning and I saw the video, and my husband was like, I was watching the video, my husband was like, oh, another lesbian's getting engaged. And he said, I have never seen you watch videos of gay men getting engaged. Only lesbians that are getting engaged. So, yeah. How was it? Who proposed? That was the story.
She did. But funny story, our anniversary was coming up and I didn't know what to get for her. So I'd called her child to say, I think I want to get a ring. But I was in Lagos, she lives in Abuja, so I'm like, help me go to the market and look for rings for me and send me samples. She was like, oh, okay, no problem. And then I didn't hear from this girl for days.
She had gone to tell on you.
They were planning their own.
So, no, she didn't tell on her, but she just
ghosted me. This girl ghosted me for days. And I couldn't tell her why I was upset with her. I would call this child. She would say, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me go now. Let me go now." And I would not hear from this girl. For the next 3 days again, she would not pick my calls, nothing. And I'm like, what is wrong with this girl? I'm trying to get a gift. And I wanted a ring. I didn't know that at that time, they were having conversations of, I want to propose and I want to get a ring. And that day I told her to go to the market. She went to the market, but for her.
Oh, how dare she?
So that was why she didn't have me. But in my head, later I was like, but you know that it could have helped me as well. Buy my own. And not leave me stranded. So I was so upset. I was like, see, let me just scrap that idea because this child has pissed me off. In fact, she'll be like, why are you people quarreling? I'll say, don't mind that.
You know, if you talk the thing they pepper you for money.
So I think like a week to our anniversary, she came up and said, I think we should do a photo shoot. And I'm like, you want to do a photo shoot? She said yes. So I said, I think she wants to propose to me.
Oh, so you sensed it?
Yes. But now I was wrong and right at the same time. So she was like, oh, I would like for us to wear white. I say, propose that again. Then she ordered a dress because I love Fashion Nova. So she ordered a dress from Fashion Nova. And I'm like, how did you do this? Because usually my sister would help me order and send to me. I'm like, you didn't ask me. You went about it yourself. She said yes, that she wanted to surprise me, to show me like, oh, see, I can also buy from Fashion Nova. I'm like, a white dress with long flare by the side. I say, propose.
This is a very serious something.
So I went to the gym and I sprained my leg. I say, why? My enemies have found me. Now that they want to propose to me, now that I'm limping. So she was like, oh, let's go for the photo shoot on this day. I took my time to do my makeup very well. I said, this leg, you will not stop me. So in my mind, I'm like, how is she going to do this? Are we going to a studio to take pictures? So I felt, oh, maybe she spoke to a queer photographer and all of it. And then our friend was around. Faye followed us. I say, he wants to do the behind the scene of the proposal. And then we got to the studio. It was a regular studio. We did pictures. But then she was showing the guy, like, I want this one. I want this style. I want this style. I'm like, maybe that's when they are doing
the inspiration
they give me my heels. I'm gonna wear my heels. We did the photo shoot.
No proposal.
No proposal.
I'm sure every time I bend down to wear my shoe.
Yeah, in my head. Now because she kept saying to Faye, oh, do videos for us. Do videos for us. So every time she's like, let me adjust your shoe. I'm like, nothing happened. And we're done with the shoot. I was like, she said, let's change now. Don't dirty your white. I wore something else. She was like, let's go and have a drink. I said, okay. Maybe the people the around, they are waiting at the other side. We got there.
Nothing.
Nobody. Nothing. She had one drink, I had one drink. I was like, well, Faye didn't go with us. He had gone home. I was like, okay. Maybe
they got to plan at home.
Yeah, so maybe she brought me here so they can have
just to put everything together for your head.
Yeah. We got home. Faye was turning a bar. I'm like, wait, there's no proposal. To tell you, I refuse to take my makeup off. I'm like, you will not catch me looking all fresh. I said, maybe it's later in the night. She said, I will not go and wash your face. You break out, though. You are carrying your makeup for too long. I say, I was so angry. But I couldn't tell her because they did not send me message. So I forgot about that. Like, maybe it's just me. So in my head, I'm like, okay, let me go back to my original planning and try to see where I can get my ring and all of that. I couldn't get the ring, so I just left it. I'm like, well, Christmas time maybe. The day she said, oh, she booked a reservation for us. We'll go for dinner. So I said, okay, I didn't eat that day because I wanted to go and eat. She told me about this place she wanted to take me to. We'll go and eat. I said, well, that will stay out. So in my head, is it there again? But then I'm like, we're not that out, oh, that I are going to a restaurant. I am proposing there. I say, well, maybe we'll break internet too like BC did.
Wait to concern.
Then we were leaving and she's like, oh, let's stop at Obodo because a friend of ours did an art exhibition. We couldn't go for it. So she was like, she made a cake. And she said, oh, she wants to drop the cake for him. When we got to the venue, I held her hand. I'm like, babe, remember, I've not eaten today. I'm really hungry. She can talk. I say, I know you. When we go inside this place now, you go and gist and forget me that I've not eaten. And our reservation was supposed to be for 5. This is like 7. So please, breeze in, breeze out. She was like, no, it's fine. We'll not stay for long. And then Okosisi came out, the artist, and he's like, oh, you guys are just coming now. It's like, well, I don't care about you. Ladies first, come. And I'm like, why are you telling me ladies first? She's also a girl. What do you mean? Everything was just irritating me. I'm like, what do you mean ladies first? She's a girl, oh, please, don't put her in that box. It was like, well, I'm his love. I should come. As we're walking into the place, the facility manager walked up to us. She wasn't smiling. And she's like, please, she walked up to her and said, please, can I speak to you? If you see my face. Ah, Lord, my face was like this. In my mind,
how much did you pay these actors?
I thought she was coming to say that we didn't register to come for the event. So I was just waiting for her to say, let me say, events I did not even want to come for. Let's go. So my face was like this. So the girl said when she saw my face, she was worried. Shocked. Like, this girl is already frowning. So Okosi was like, don't worry about them, just come. Not knowing that she only called her because they had already sent the ring to the girl. So she wanted to give her the ring. So Okosi was like, let's go. While we're climbing the stairs, there was decorations, flowers everywhere. So I was saying to Okosi, like you have really big dignitaries that came for this, your art exhibition, no? Like the way you guys decorated everywhere. He was like, yes. I was like, are there white people there? Let me not be loud though. So that I don't, because the place was quiet. So I'm like, let me reduce my voice so that the white people will not say, who is this one shouting? When they opened the door, somebody just brought camera to my face. Again, my face was like this. I'm like, why are you filming me? Like, and then we came in. Everybody was just to the side with phones like this, and then I'm like I've not seen girl with white dress before. Why is everybody? It still didn't dawn. Like I did not get it. Like something was going on, and we walked to the end. I saw so again, me and my bad mind. There was just one frame. I'm like, this is the exhibition that we came for. I thought there would be plenty of pictures, and now it's just one picture that they even covered. So I'm like, this woman just brought me here to waste my time with this one picture that they want to exhibit. I didn't know she was behind me already. So when we got to the end, and he gave me a letter, a card, I opened it and he said, happy anniversary. And they opened the frame, and I saw that it was a drawing of the two of us.
From the photo shoot?
Like, yeah, from the photo shoot. I was like, oh. So for me, I'm like, this is my gift. So I was already feeling emotional, like, oh, this woman went through all this to give me this gift. Oh. And I turned and she was on her knees.
Oh, my God.
Let me tell you something. Something. When I would watch videos of proposals and they would kneel and the girl would just be, I used to be a hater.
You're always a hater, girl. Always the hate.
When you're single, you're easily a hater.
Always angry. Say,
so I would always hate on it and be like, you're ruining. What are you crying for now? Did they kill you? Say yes and collect your ring and go. Let's see road. The way I cried, I never thought I would be able to cry. Like, when I would always picture being proposed to, because I've had that moment before with men, when they would propose, and for me, it's like, give me the ring, let me go. But for this one, oh no, I cried. I forgot to say yes. Because I cried. It was so emotional.
And I was like, sorry, is it yes? Let's cry.
I did for my nini.
No person go cry. You would think it's yes, it's no. Please, let me know what you're crying about.
And it was the thought that she put into it, because she knew that a lot of people couldn't make it. So they had done like a Zoom link, and there were people online watching, and my sister was there, and that's when I saw our child. She was there, sunning her teeth. I'm like, oh, now I see why you didn't get my ring. And our son was there, and it was
lots
so
of people were
beautiful.
there.
This is so sorry. I got carried away and I got a bit emotional, but I think that all this happened in Nigeria,
Yes.
and a lot of people will be watching this and saying, "Oh my God, this is beautiful," and then reality will hit and say, "Wait, these people did all of this in Nigeria. How is it been like for both of you to live in, dwell in, and exercise your love in a country that is out to suffocate that love out of you?"
So it's been really stressful, to say the least. But one thing we have done is be very intentional and be very assertive, because one of the things we do with our love is to create visibility. Like I told you, I didn't know there was another option. And I feel like there are other people who do not know that there are other options.
Yeah.
And I think that for me, my life is to let you know that there is another option. So you don't have to get stuck in a place where you think might be the only option for you, especially when you know that this is not who you are, right? So for us, we have been very intentional. So when we shared our anniversary video, we shared it first of all to our friends and to our loved ones, and good thing they respected that and they kept it within that circle, right? And then after that, we would go to the gym. We go to the gym together. We go to events together, and we like to dress and coat.
Yeah, you do
the
dress.
same
Yeah,
outfit.
you just
It's
dress, like,
intentional.
yeah.
We want you to know
That
when
was
we
together.
step into that your function.
It was so obvious at my birthday.
Yeah, we want you
Yeah.
to know.
Yeah.
It's a statement. It is, you have to know. You cannot guess this. You can't think that we're siblings. So you have to know. So we go with our outfits, and then like when we go to the gym, people are like, "Oh, what of your sister?" "Oh, she's not my sister. She's my
Yeah.
partner." "What of your friend?" "Oh, she's not my friend. She's my partner." And it's, I mean, for me, I have come of age. I am not a child. I'm not under my parents. I'm not on, nobody's giving me feeding money. I have to hustle for this money. We work hard for our money. And for us, it's like, who are we hiding from right now? Right? Especially because we also try to protect ourselves, maybe from like, if I'm here, I probably won't post that I'm here. When I live here, you
Yeah.
can see that I was here, right? We still try to keep ourselves safe. We mostly don't post in real time. That's one. And, you know, there are lots of things we do not do. I hardly mix up with straight people. It's intentional for me. Not because I don't have friends or allies who are heterosexual, but, you know, I try to protect the sanctity of my relationship. I'm very intentional with the energy that we let into our lives and into our space. Because you let people come in and they say, God forbid.
Yes.
In Jesus' name. One lady at the gym said, I said, "Oh, this is my partner." She's like, "I reject it in the name of Jesus." I said, "I reject your marriage in the name of Jesus. I reject and I reject." And, you know, it came to her as a shock. She's older than me. Like, I rejected her marriage, plus all her children, everything. I reject them too. So, you know, we had the conversation. I'm like, "How did you feel when I rejected your marriage? You didn't like it. So please don't do that next time." So there, I think she even gisted other people. Everybody respects
But
themselves.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because you don't pay my gym fee. I don't come there. We come there, we exercise, we leave. Don't do anything else. And don't try to tell me this is your sister. Somebody even said, "Can't you people just be friends? Do you have to date?" I said,
Yeah.
"Can't you also be friends with your husband? Why are you married?" So the thing, you know, when you talk about their husband, it's like, oh God.
Now you have crossed
Na me
the
go.
Yeah, you've crossed the
Yes.
line, yeah.
And for them, it's like, well, I brought this upon myself because my husband was on his own. I went to talk to this person. Now they have, in quotes, insulted my husband. So if you just talk about my wife, I talk about your husband, and we're equal. And I think that's how we have been able to navigate the immediate people that, we meet. And people that come into our home, we have our big frame there.
Oh,
If
it's
you
very
get to
obvious.
come into our home, whether you are a plumber, you are an electrician, unfortunately, if you get to come into that home, it's the cross you carry.
It's very
You will
obvious.
see it. This is it. You are our friend and you say, I'm in Lagos, so I need a place to stay. You are heterosexual. You want to stay in this roof? Sorry, we cannot take our picture down because
No.
you are coming to stay here. So it speaks for itself. It's either you are in or out.
Yeah.
And so far, people that have been out have been out. People that are in are now fully in, so they know that this is us.
And what about family? What about immediate family? Have you been able to navigate your being together? Because you're quite open. You keep saying that you're not open, but you're quite open.
Yeah.
Right? You're quite open. People know you guys.
Yeah, they do.
So, I mean, have you been able to navigate conversation with family?
So for me, the only person I thought about having a conversation with was my brother, because he's somebody that I have the biggest respect and regard for because of how he carries himself and how he treats me. So we had been staying together for like a year at that point.
Yeah, we got engaged at that point. We didn't tell him.
Every time we would speak, no, I think I already had this conversation before then. And every time I would speak to him and he would say, how's your friend? I'll say, oh, my friend is fine. And then it was New Year, we're entering the New Year, and I was tired of saying my friend. Because for her family, she doesn't refer to me as her friend. They know me, they know about me, and they respect me. So for me, it's like, why can't I give her that same respect? Because it's either or. You either accept it or you don't, and it's fine. So I think I'd gotten to a point where whatever comes out of this conversation, I'm good with it. So if you say no, then bye. I don't care who you are. So I was speaking to my brother that day and I said, I have something to tell you. And he's like, what is it? I say, well, the person I keep saying is my friend. She's not my friend though. She's my girlfriend. And he's like, I know. I say, hey. He said,
You were already
I
posting.
see your post.
Yeah.
And even before her, you used to do something. I see your post. And I don't have a problem with it. And I'm like, I felt like, when you were already ready for the fight. And then the person is just, they don't give you that fight.
You don't go waste money, go buy gun and bullet. Walk, no constant.
Thank you. So for me, it's like, why did I even bother? He's like, I know. So he said to me that the only thing I would ask, because now it's like, now you are confirming it to me. So the only thing I would ask you for is time. Give me time to accept this you and come to terms with it. He said, but know that it doesn't change. No, I think that day he just said, give me time to accept it. And I was like, okay. So I stopped calling him. You asked for time. So I gave him time and I gave him space. And I think it was like a month later. And he called me and he said, I haven't heard from you for
Yeah, because they
a
speak
month."
every week.
Because we used to speak every Sunday because my brother lives abroad. It's like, I haven't heard from you. Like, you don't speak in the family group, nothing. I'm like, well, based on that conversation that we had, you asked for space. You asked for time. It's like, because I asked for time does not mean that you should go away. You are still my sister. And he said, your sexuality is 1% of who you are. It doesn't change your name. It doesn't change our relationship. It doesn't take away from anything. And it's like, now, Seth, you are still my sister. So don't run away. I was like, that day I cried because it was really emotional for me. And the next time we're having a conversation, I'm like, so my friend said, he's like, wait. Why are you referring to her as your friend? What is her name? I was like, oh, her name is Precious. It's like, from this day on, don't ever call her your friend again. Why are you still saying your friend? You already told me that she's your girlfriend. Stop saying my friend. Say, if you can't say your girlfriend to me, then use her name. In fact, give me her number. So that when I can't reach you, I will call her. And that is like, let me say hi to her. And they said hi. And I'm like, whoa. So for my family members, he was the only person I felt I needed to have that conversation with. And my sisters, they saw it on my status.
They collect.
I
They
mean,
also-
I can
And
relate
I think
to
he was like, oh, in fact, this relationship is one that he had seen that
Oh,
you had
yeah,
grown
yeah,
so
yeah,
much.
yeah.
So,
So
he
he's-
was really happy. He
Yes.
likes me so much.
So
now.
he said
So
that
much.
one thing that helped him come to terms with the relationship is that I've been with other people and he never liked them because he didn't see growth. That since I got with this person, that he has seen the change in my life. Like